everyone. I want to do a review and chat really more than a packing video on the Midi Amber. I have it in the crock. It was a Valentine's gift, so it's just arrived. But I have, as you've probably seen some of my packing videos, also in the antique rose, which I've had for some time. I really do love this bag. I just thought I can't do another packing video because I've got two on this one already. But I really wanted to sort of talk and go over the bag and what I like about it and why I like it, and what it's really useful for. And then if you have any requests, particularly to see it packed in a different way, obviously do please comment below. I'm more than happy to create any more packing videos. I don't feel that I have a unicorn bag. I find the term quite difficult for me because I have so many bags I love. I love them for very different purposes and different reasons. I am a working mum, although because of COVID and the lockdowns, I'm currently working from home the whole time. So I like bags to be able to use as work bags as much as I need them for going out with children. I have 3 children who are now 10, 7 and Sophie will be 4 in a couple of days' time. So she's out of nappies, fully potty trained, don't need anything much for her. And with the UK having been in what feels like an endless lockdown, it's coming up for a year in March since the first stay-at-home order. Even when we have had some restrictions lifted, it's still been quite restrictive in terms of what you can do. So it feels like we haven't done like a big proper day out needing massive great bags for quite some time now. And during that time she's come out of nappies, she's come out of pushchairs, so life has really changed. There are 3 Midi bags in the Kerikit range. There's the Midi Amber, the Midi Lennox and the Midi Joy. I love all 3 of those bags. This is the bigger of the 3 Midi bags in terms of it can hold the most capacity, and I do actually have a video where I compare all 3 of the Midi bags so that you can see that capacity difference between them. I've also got to a point where I quite like having different colours so that I can have a seasonal bag. So when I feel like I'm changing, I feel like I'm changing for a reason. This was a Valentine's gift, so it has just arrived and I haven't got much left now until spring. But this is kind of more of a summer colour for me, and I did a lot of packing videos and photos of this last summer when we were taking it out. So trips nowadays are pretty much exercise walks around the park or around the woods, or even shopping trips don't seem to really happen because we've got very few shops that are allowed to be open and you have to shop on your own. So children don't really go to shops anymore, so I tend to use things like Greta for those sorts of trips because I'm literally only carrying a purse, keys and my mask and probably hand sanitizer. So I have used the Midi Joy in dark grey during the winter. I just find it a little bit tight. It's small, obviously a lot smaller than this one. It's a smaller bag, and when you get given hats, gloves, scarves, you're carrying snacks, a few small drinks, and then the teddy bears come in your direction, I just find it really, really stuffed, packed full. And then when I'm trying to get something that's on the bottom of the bag, I find it a little bit harder. And I think that's one of the reasons I've always liked the full-size Amber and Amber as well, because I like the outside pockets. I like to be able to have things that are more quick grab, which the Joy is harder to have enough capacity on the outside. It's got a lovely front pocket on it, and obviously got the bottle pockets on the outside, but you can't really beat the Amber for outside pockets at all. So I've gone for the croc for my winter colour, Midi Amber. The new croc is slightly shiny and it's obviously catching the lights in the sun, the light from the windows coming from over there. It is actually catching it. I do have old crocs, so I have the Francis and the Teddy. Teddy's inside at the moment, so I'll show you that. Actually, I'll show it now. I'll show you the Teddy. It was, I believe, from an Indian factory, but certainly from a different factory to the ones these come from. And as you will see, it is a much duller croc than the new croc. I was a little bit nervous, thinking, oh, that's going to be a bit too shiny. And whilst the light is catching this, it's not as shiny as you think. it isn't smooth. It feels as subtle as this one does. I bought this from New. It's not heavily bashed around at all, but it's quite soft, and so is this. It doesn't feel any different really. It's slightly more stiffer and structured than the Pebble has become. The Pebble has really softened and become a much softer leather. I've actually got this stuffed full because it's in the cupboard. I started stuffing my ambers with these airbags because they started to sag a little bit where the leather was getting soft. I didn't quite like how they were sitting in the cupboard, so I decided to put that in there to try and keep it shaped a little bit more. Another thing I like about the Amber, or the new ranges, I guess, is because this is a new edition, is the Gretchen. I like to use it as a shoulder strap on a Midi Amber. It's the right size to go onto your arm. It's not a particularly big bag, so it's quite comfortable to carry that way. And I started a trend with my Midi Amber of putting my Midi Lennox strap on that one. The Midi Lennox strap is a bit shorter, so it wasn't as comfortable, and you obviously couldn't use it on the full size Amber, so I was using a really shortened the rainbow strap on that one. So Gretchen for me is the perfect length to add a shoulder strap to your Midi Amber. I already had a plain black one. This isn't the croc, so this is in the pebbled black Gretchen, but I don't think you can really tell something like that, which is quite nice. I can add that to my bag. And I've obviously pre-ordered the Antique Rose one from the new season, so that'd be good too. What else do I like about the croc? I'm going to be pairing it with leopard. I've decided that leopard and croc are a good combination. Also treated myself to a new bottle as well. But just to show you, this is a 500 ml water bottle. Doesn't tell you what it is in ounces. 500, I think it's 12 ounce. I think it's the 12 ounce. It's the taller one anyway. That fits in there as well. I also have, I'll show some pictures of it. I have some snack containers that fit in these pockets as well, so you could have the snack container just sitting in here, or they're quite good snack cases. You know, you can get quite a lot of snacks in these pockets, enough for 3 children to keep them happy anyway. I think my biggest problem is carrying 3 drinks bottles plus something for me or my husband. I've tended to, for walks, if I think we're going to need to use bribery drinks at some point, I tend to use smaller, like carton drinks that are quite like a smoothie. So it's quite nice that the inside pockets on the Midi Amber are insulated, so I can just stick on the one on the side, which is the bigger one, on this side, on the side bit, I can easily get 3 innocent smoothies in the squeezy cartons. They fit quite nicely in there and don't take up much room. So I've got my ready to get this packed for tomorrow's trip. I'm going to use the leopard. I still do carry a few items like a spare pair of leggings and pants for her, just in case anything happens. Most of the time it's because she's fallen in a big puddle of mud, as opposed to she's had an accident, but we'll see. Also, I like, with the Midi Ambers, I like to have my phone on the front of me. Now, whilst I can reach the phone, if I put it in a security pocket on the back of an Amber, I can get my hand around and I can get to it. I actually have a thing about having it in front of me to be able to get to it quicker. And sometimes my husband, if I'm with him, will take the bag off me anyway. I'm left with nothing. My phone could still be in the bag and I've not got it anymore. So I quite like the idea of crossbodies. So I can wear this crossbody in front of me with my phone, maybe my keys and some cards if I've taken any money with me. So I still have that at all times, sort of sitting in front of me, and then I have that on the back. And this is the teddy, which is the slightly smaller than the new teddies. So they'll be quite big. A George probably would be nicer, but you can actually kind of carry it in there, and if you had to pop out into a shop at any point, you could grab it. So that's always a good thing I like to do with it. And I've just got a Tilly sitting here just to show you that the Tilly fits in that front pocket. The front, she says, as she knocks it off, and you can just it just pops up enough that you can grab it if you need to go in anywhere. That also applies for those people who like the Limea Gabby wallets. They sit quite nicely in that pocket and just pop up the little straps so you can see them. I have actually sadly measured the pockets. George will fit quite happily in the pockets on the front of the Midi Amber as well. So I shall be getting a black one once they come out in March, I think, to go with my black collection. I don't normally go a lot for black anymore. I think I spent so many years just only buying black bags that I've tried to stay away from that black colour, but actually in reality it's nice to have a few blacks in the collection because I do actually like black. So there you go. That is the Midi Amber in crop. As I say, if there's anything you'd like to see the Midi Amber done, packed up as, that I haven't already done, please do let me know. I'm more than happy to do so. But then here my contrasting antique rose and croc. There you go. Hope you found that useful. And thank you for watching.